All right, so crypto, right? It's like you finally feel like you're kind of getting a grasp on things and bam, everything changes.
Haha, yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
No kidding. I mean, just keeping up can feel like a full-time job in itself. That's why we're here, though. We're diving deep into all the latest craziest, so you don't have to.
Exactly. We'll filter out the noise and give you the stuff that really matters.
Like what's actually going to impact your decisions and, well, potentially your wallet. In the last 24 hours, there's been a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot to unpack. We've got institutional interests heating up, regulatory changes, market moves.
Let's start with the institutional stuff, like BlackRock and their big pronouncements about Ethereum ETFs, specifically the staking kind. We even saw the NYSE file something about Bitwise's ETF potentially getting into staking rewards.
Right. Staking, for those who haven't jumped in yet, it's basically like earning interest on your crypto by helping secure the network. Now, BlackRock, they're not exactly known for, jumping on the latest trends without doing their homework.
So what you're saying is when they start talking about something like this, it's probably worth paying attention to.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. I mean, this is a huge signal that traditional finance is taking crypto seriously, like really seriously. Imagine what happens if these ETFs actually start incorporating staking. You're potentially talking about a flood of institutional money pouring into Ethereum.
Okay, so that could be pretty big for the price of ETH, right?
Definitely has the potential. And not just that, it could make investing in crypto way more accessible to regular folks who aren't comfortable, messing around with wallets and exchanges.
Right, it'd be more like buying a regular stock or ETF, which could bring a whole new wave of people into the space.
Exactly. Now, on a totally different note, let's shift gears to Pakistan. They're actually looking to make crypto legal.
Wow, really? That's pretty unexpected.
Yeah, they're hoping to attract foreign investment by creating a, let's say, friendlier regulatory environment.
So one country's saying no way, while another's rolling out the red carpet. It's crazy how different everyone's approaching this, right?
It's a global race at this point. Everyone's trying to figure out their crypto strategy, and it's creating this kind of patchwork of regulations.
I guess it makes sense, though. They don't want to get left behind.
Right, especially when there's so much potential upside. Okay, ready for a little bit of drama?
Ooh, always.
Well, there's this whole thing with Coinbase and ETH.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Standard Charter claimed they sold a bunch of ETH last quarter, implying they were taking profits.
Exactly, but then Coinbase came out and denied it, saying it was just to fund their operations.
Yeah, who knows what's really going on there. I guess it shows how, even with all the data out there, interpreting it can be tricky.
For sure. It's a good reminder to take everything you read with a grain of salt and, do your own research.
Speaking of new things, have you heard about this Pengu ETF? Apparently Canary Capital filed for one.
Yeah, I saw that. It sounds kind of niche, right?
Like super specific.
But, it's actually pretty interesting. It points to how crypto investing is getting more sophisticated, moving beyond just Bitcoin and ETH.
So more specialized options.
Yeah, exactly.
So then there's this massive deal, Kraken buying NinjaTrader for like $1.5 billion.
That's a big one. And the real story there is they're getting into the U.S. crypto futures market. You see, NinjaTrader already has all the right regulatory approvals from the CFTC, the Commodity Future Trading Commission, so Kraken gets to jump right in.
So it's like a fast track into a whole new market.
Exactly. Smart move on their part.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, politics. Trump's been saying some pretty interesting things about crypto lately.
He has, hasn't he? He's urging Congress to get moving on stablecoin legislation, saying it's vital for the U.S. dollar and the economy.
And he even said he wants to make the U.S. a Bitcoin superpower.
Which, is quite the statement coming from him.
For sure. Ending regulatory crackdowns, creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a pretty big shift in tone.
Definitely. And it shows how crypto is becoming impossible for politicians to ignore.
Okay, one more regulatory thing that's important. The SEC clarified that proof of work mining, like what secures Bitcoin, is not considered securities dealing.
That's actually a huge relief for a lot of miners in the U.S. It gives them more legal certainty, which is, well, crucial in this industry.
Absolutely. And to wrap things up, it looks like even real estate is getting the crypto treatment.
Oh, yeah. Vanek Ventures just led a funding round for Manifest, a company that's tokenizing U.S. real estate.
Tokenizing, so like turning it into crypto.
Pretty much. They're creating these digital tokens, ERC20 tokens to be specific, that represent ownership in real estate.
And why is that a big deal?
It could make investing in real estate way more accessible. Instead of needing hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a property, you could potentially buy a fraction of it through these tokens.
Oh, wow.
It's a whole new way to think about property ownership. So to sum it all up, we've got institutions diving deeper, countries making moves, regulations evolving, and these are real estate hopping on the blockchain train.
It's mind-blowing how fast things are changing. Like, what will the world even look like in 5 years?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's something all of us need to be thinking about.
That's a lot to digest.
It is, but that's what these deep dives are for.
Absolutely. We hope you found this helpful as you navigate the crypto world. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments. We're always up for a good discussion.
Until next time.